Maybe that's a good idea. Although this summer, there's a rabbit in the town. Do you have shops, guys? You do. Maybe we buy extra food? So like 11 rations maybe? Let's go with 11. And what else do I want to buy? Nothing really. We have accumulated enough stuff to finish the game. As in, you know, poisons and stuff. 2 each. This might actually overburden Rainbow Dash. Nope, she's fine. I wouldn't mind leveling up again. Actually, 984. 984. Let me just save the game here. Save 46, 47. So the last time we saved was before the dogs, right? Status 984. Load 47. Oh wait, I did that. Wait, what? 46? No, 46. 987. This is 984. We got 1 experience per dog we killed. In the original game, you get at least 50 something experience every time you get out of combat. So if you fight something you've never fought before, you get several hundred experience. If you fight something you've already fought before, you get at least 57 experience, I think. They nerfed the experience so much. You have to grind so much if you want to use those random encounters to level up. This is so stupid. Okay, let's go to an inn and sleep. And I think we'll try the ritual again. I kinda want to succeed in this ritual before we get to the end of the game. What's my hunger? Not that hungry. Alright, let's get a room. Let's get a single room. Go upstairs and... Magic? Staff enchantment. No. I wonder if I should... Maybe just abuse save games a little bit. The thing is, it doesn't make too much difference whether I abuse the save games or not, because I'm just gonna keep trying until we succeed. And there's no real penalty to failing, because you just kind of sleep it off and then try again later. Like, there's literally no difference as to whether you succeed or fail. Again, it's like stuff like this. Like, there's nothing urgent about this staff ritual, so why would you make it fail so often if it makes no difference? Like, do you see what I mean about game design? Like, they just make it unnecessarily tedious if they do this. It makes things kind of like so like it's not even difficult, because difficult implies that there's some skill involved. There's no skill involved. It's just throwing dice. Ritual failed unless I can't do it, unless I need to be higher level to do this. Which also makes no sense. Right, there you go. Twilight Staff now has the 4th staff enchantment, therefore reducing all spell cost by 2 astral energy. Which isn't very much. But I guess it accumulates, it stacks up. Alright, good. I guess I'll keep that. And we'll sleep. And should we eat? What is the no, not that hungry. Let's sleep again. And how hungry are we? then we should eat, I think. Basic. And we'll eat. Yes. And then we leave. Okay, so now we have that enchantment. Save the game. We are walking to Phexcaer. We are walking into the Orc lands to Phexcaer. So the story keeps saying how nobody's returned from the Orc lands and all that. But Phexcaer is actually in the Orc lands. So I don't know how that works. Now the Orc Scout stamps are right here. Phexcaer is up here. These are human towns. So, and there's a Hermit's Lake. I guess they mean deeper into the Orc steppes? I don't know. Alright, let's walk to Phexcaer.
You have been feeling watched for quite some
Nope,
time. Is
flee.
caught in the back.
Not interested in your random combats at all. And amazingly, we're walking really fast. So this is a well-maintained road. Because we're walking really fast. 3 extra packs of rations, that's great. Look for herbs. That's a lot of herbs. That is a ridiculous amount of herbs. In fact, we have more berries. More berries. Alright, let's give this to Pinkie Pie. And then give this to Rainbow Dash. And then give this back to Fluttershy. Every time we use healing, we use a few of these berries. Alright. Sleep 4 hours. Keep going. There's a lot of side paths.
You see an old
No.
camp.
A lot of side paths on the map, which we never actually use. There's a road here. Alright, we'll break. And hunt again. Oh, now we get rations. Now we get all the extra food we want. When you don't need food, you get food. Keep going. We're walking into Orc territory and there's no bandits
The
here.
many tracks left by game in the soft ground indicate a watering hole. Do you want to rest here and try your luck at hunting?
Alright, we're hunting aurochs. Aurochs are big cattle, they're extinct now. But domestic cattle were originated from aurochs. They're huge, much bigger than domestic cattle. And very dangerous to hunt. Alright, let's try this again.
The tracks seem to have been. The bull continues to sneaks closer. Firin does not smile upon today.
We are never, ever going to succeed in the hunting. It never works. Why
The
do
road ends here. You are now in Orkland, far from any civilization. As if to make a point, the orcs have set a boundary post. A skull stares at you from empty sockets.
Good. Why do they make the hunting so difficult? Like nothing, there's no benefit to making it so difficult. At all. I might just throw some of this stuff away. Let's just give some of this to Fluttershy to carry. Find more herbs. Alright, now we need to... Let's pass this to Pinkie Pie. And sleep. Keep going. Still traveling quite quickly.
You see some fallen mossy tree
No.
trunk.
There's also like paths on the other side of the river for some reason. A lot of these paths on the map we never actually get to use. Alright, got some extra food. And rest. And alright. More herbs. So the only thing we really care about at this point, I think, is the Goldwood leaves. Keep going. Suddenly, Rarity stops and points excitedly to the other side of the Baudier. Hey, wait! Look at that tree over there. Could it be? Show me the map. You pull out the map you labored to collect over the recent months. Dragon tree. Alright. You mean that's the dragon oak? You stare across to the other bank. Indeed, if you look more carefully, you can see that the branches of the mighty oak are partly burned. A tree dragon must have lived there once, perhaps still does even now. A tree dragon? Then there must be a fort somewhere nearby. Pointing to the map, do you want to search the shore for a way to pass the river? You have been searching the bank for over an hour but not found a suitable place for crossing the Bodea. Do you want to try to swim through the river? Continue searching for a while. This might be it, Rarity calls out excitedly. You gather at the place Rarity is just inspecting. It is a little deep, but it is possible to cross the Bodea on foot. On we go, Rarity says, and gets into the water. You start off towards the other riverbank. Finally, all of you are standing on the opposite riverbank. Do you want to examine the tree more closely? It is certain that a tree dragon once lived in the oak tree, but that must have been a long time ago, as the burnt branches are now overgrown with moss. Rarity climbs up the tree a little to see the surroundings. Rarity discovers a path leading through the underbrush. Do you want to break through the bushes to reach the path? I think we should break through the bushes. Wow, we are walking fast. We are walking so fast right now. This is crazy. Further upriver, you make good progress. Soon you pass a strange mound made of earth and stones. Do you want to examine the hillock more closely? You discover a rotted reed mesh, which must once have been half a wagon wheel. A stone lies beside it, something scratched on its surface. The writing is no longer fully legible. The first three letters are withered, but the last letters Jie Ga are still clearly visible. Do you want to dig a little? Don't dig. Braid a boron's wheel and place it there. You gather a few young twigs and some reeds and weave a boron's wheel. After a short silent prayer at the grave, you feel better. If you dig, I think you lose some sort of stats because you dug up somebody's grave. After a short silent prayer at the grave, you feel better. Boron will take you in his arms after your death and spare you the nether hells. Of that you are certain. You move on. About 999 or 1,000 paces later, you lost count. The river becomes so shallow that you can see the bottom. The water is barely ankle deep. Do you want to... I don't know. What does the map say? Are you serious? Cross the river? The riverbank on this side is firm too. After walking for about 1.5 hours, you can no longer continue straight onwards as the riverbank rises steeply and grows craggy. But to your left, the path leads into the mountains. The path weaves its way across the hills, down through a ravine and then over a pass. This is such a long description. It's a really long description. After you have toppled the crest, you discover a mighty ruin halfway up the neighboring cliff. That must be it, Rainbow Dash calls out, and the codger calls out just as he speaks. You shiver. You don't need to search for the way there for long, as the path heads straight towards the ruin. About half an hour later, you find yourself inside crumbling walls. Overall, though, the castle is in surprisingly good repair. Do you want to turn back? Yeah, let's turn back. We found it, but we're going to turn back. We're going to examine the ruins. And more dungeons. And somewhere in here is Higgelik's sword. Let me save the game. 48. Save the game. Also save the dungeon because we're in the dungeon. So we save the dungeon. And Pinkie Pie has reached a new level. Alright. Level up? No. We're going to... More strength. More strength. Less superstition for more magic resistance. Good. Choose talents. Combat. Can I keep increasing piercing attack? Oh no. No, I can't. It doesn't tell you, but it can't be any more than 5 points above or below. Wow, it doesn't actually tell you that. But yeah, you have to increase the parry. Like you can't be you can't have more than 5 points difference between attack and parry for any single weapon. Let me just load the game. Load dungeon. Pinky Pie level up. No. Vitality up by 1 only, really? Yeah, never mind. Strength, reduce superstition. The combat, increase piercing parry. Combat, no, I don't need throwing weapons. Do I need throwing? No, I don't need throwing weapons. Talents, what does she do? Treat wounds. And treat disease and treat poison. And then, what else does she need? Instinct and perception. And what else does she need? We never really... Oh, dance. We need more dancing. More dancing, more acrobatics. Alright, so that helps a little bit, I hope. Save the game, dungeon. And again, the dice throwing, like, if you're unlucky with your dice throwing, you might not increase your vitality very much. So it's a matter of luck whether your character gets stronger. Again, it's not skill, it's luck. I don't really think it's a good idea.